1992 World Figure Skating Championships Gala of Champions from the Oakland-Alameda County Coliseum is brought to you by Petro-Canada Dealers and Agents, committed to Canadians. By Ford of Canada, where quality is job one, it's working. By the Dairy Bureau of Canada, who bring you butter, cheese, and other delicious dairy products. And by your local bottler of Diet Coke, just for the taste. Now, here is your host, Brian Williams.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a special CBC Sports Sunday evening presentation of the Gala performances here at the 1992 World Figure Skating Championships in Oakland, California. Tonight, it's the Parade of Champions. What you're going to see are the top skaters from the World Championships bending the rules, if you will. They're going to do routines that they love doing. They have a ball doing these routines, but they're actually illegal during the competition. To further set the stage for tonight's show, let's go down to ice level behind me. Here are Chris Cuthbert, Barbara Underhill, and Paul Martini.
Brian, the night's all about entertainment, and what will also make it special, Barb, it's our final look at many great world amateur skaters.
Well, I think we may see a little bit of emotion out here tonight because many of these skaters are going on to professional careers. For Marina Klimova and Sergei Ponomarenko, Natalia Mishkutenok and Artur Dmitriev, Viktor Petrenko, and who knows, possibly Kurt Browning. I think this last amateur performance may be a little bit bittersweet.
Well, Gala's their old hat for Kurt Browning, but Paul, it's a whole new experience for Elvis Stojko.
It certainly is, Chris, with Elvis being able to skate in his first World Gala to go along with the thrill he received after placing third in the men's competition. But Elvis isn't the only Canadian that we'll see today because the Canadian team had an outstanding showing here. He'll be joined by Kurt Browning, of course, as well as Isabelle Brasseur and Lloyd Eisler, and our own Canadian lady, Josée Chouinard.
Well, some great skating coming up. Sit back and enjoy. We begin with Josée Chouinard.
Representing Canada, Josée Chouinard.
What a thrill for Josée Chouinard. She said she fulfilled a dream by skating in the final group at a World Championships, finished in 5th spot. And here she is in her first World Gala.
Skating to Les Miserables.
Pretending he's beside me.
Josée's intentions are after these World Championships, but I really hope she decides to stay on and skate, because I really do think that this young woman has the potential to stand on the podium at the World Championships.
Well, she is really an absolute joy to watch, but we haven't yet seen her quite at her best, and I know she has incredible potential, and that you're right, she could be on the podium.
Rocky year for Josée Chouinard, but the raw potential certainly showing through, and we look forward to seeing her next year, when I think the focus will be more on skating. It's been a busy year for her, and a Canadian beach ball thrown down from one of the thousands of fans from Canada here. We'll be back with more of the Parade of Champions after this. Back to Oakland in the 92 World Champions Gala. 5th place in the pairs competition from the CIS, Evgenia Shishkova and Vadim Naumov. 3rd among the Russian pairs this year, but likely to be the top ranked at next year's Worlds.
Into the competitive numbers. Can you imagine that she was told at the age of 7 that she'd started too late to be a serious skater?
Well, this will be the team next year, because the top 2 Russian teams will be retiring. And so this is the heir apparent on.
Shishkova and Naumov of the CIS.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome dance champions, 5th place, Susanna Rahkamo and Petri Kokko.
Next year, the European Championships will be held in Helsinki, Finland, the hometown of Susanna Rahkamo and Petri Kokko, who some have dubbed the Scandinavian Duchenes. They formerly trained with the Duchenes in Oberstdorf. Innovative, fun-loving, but they say they must follow their own path, and it's a path that certainly has endeared them to thousands of fans.
Bart, the nature of ice dance is such that with the retirement of Klimova and Ponomarenko, this team, as well as the Italian team of Camerlengo and Calegari, have a chance of standing on the podium next year. But in my judge of potential, I think this team, with the right program, will be there ahead of the Italians.
Well, it's obvious that this team really has a look of their own.
And I don't think any couple enjoy skating more than these two. When we return, a farewell skate by Elena Bechke, along with husband Dennis Petrov.
Please welcome, representing the United States, Mark Mitchell.
We're back in Oakland and talk about World Championship debuts. How about Mark Mitchell? Fourth in the free. He went from 8th to 5th in his first World Championship from Hamden, Connecticut. And he took the spot to Paul Wiley, the Olympic silver medalist, which raised some eyebrows, but he made the most of his opportunity.
Well, I think he certainly silenced any critics who are critical of him coming to this World Championship.
Electric word, life, it means forever, and that's a mighty long time. But I'm here to tell you, there's something else.
Well, Mark certainly goes down as one of the hot new skaters in our area.
Well, I think he really silenced a lot of critics here at this World Championships, that's for sure, because a lot of people were upset that Paul Wiley didn't get the chance to be here, but he certainly proved his point.
Certainly represents the future of American skating. And when you start out at your first World Championships in 5th spot, I think you've got a good chance of being on the podium in the not-too-distant future.
Something different, huh?
A warm welcome for Elena Bechke and Dennis Petrov.
Our last look as amateurs at Elena Bechke and Dennis Petrov, the Olympic silver medalists, who surprisingly finished off the medal podium at the last 2 World Championships. They went from 6th to 4th here in the long program.
about this team is that they are constantly coming up with new moves, unique elements, lifts, everything that we have never seen before.
And Bart, as they leave the world of amateur skating and move on to the professional world, that's the kind of thing they're really going to need.
They'll be remembered as the last national champions of the Soviet Union, Elena Bechke and Dennis Petrov. Back with more from Oakland and the Parade of Champions after this. This young woman giving us some great moments this year, from a World Junior Championship in Hull to that sensational original program in Albertville, and here a 4th place finish at the World Championships. Can you imagine? She was 26th at last year's Worlds in Munich.
very good position going into next year's competitive season. She already has a full bag of tricks. She just now has to go home and work on the finer points of her skating, and with the right programs, she's podium material.
I was just going to say, we know that this girl can jump. We know that she has really good speed, but that's one area where I'd like to see her develop. She wants to get onto that podium. She needs to develop a real sense of style.
She also got some great experience this year.
Well, she certainly experienced all of the ups and the downs that this sport can deliver.
And with the problems for Surya Bonley, this may be the top contender from France.
Representing Italy, please welcome Stefania Calegari and Pasquale Camerlengo.
And look out. Next on the program is supposed to be Stefania Calegari and Pasquale Camerlengo.
Well, this is the same team that delivered the Fours program that has become so well known, but this one is new to all of us.
entertainers.
Well, it's always nice to see in our sport, which is often taken so seriously in terms of training, that they found the time to put something together that they obviously enjoy doing, and the audience obviously enjoys watching.
Skating for the last 16 years together. Calegari and Camerlengo. And look who's in the building. Elvis Stojko, the world bronze medalist, next from Oakland. We'll see him in the Parade of Champions, and they've just announced that the Canadian fans here get a perfect 6 for their cheering in the last week of the World Championships, and they were terrific. And here are the bronze medalists, Isabelle Brasseur and Lloyd Eisler.
And as you might have guessed, they're skating to Devil with the Blue Dress.
Well, we talk about the fact that in a gala, skaters are allowed to do elements which in competition are illegal. I'm sure you might have recognized the number of moves in this particular performance that are strictly for show performances, but that's what makes skating a lot of fun, to have the chance to go out there and do things that wow the audience.
And they get a standing ovation from the Canadian crowd. Not many Canadian athletes would consider an Olympic bronze and a world bronze a disappointment. They do, and that's why I think they're determined to come back.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, a warm Oakland welcome for the men's bronze medalist, Canadian Elvis Stojko.
Elvis is indeed in the building, and boy, has he made a name for himself this year. The world bronze medalist, Elvis Stojko, and he said winning bronze with Viktor Petrenko and Kurt Browning in the same competition is something that no one could ever take away from him.
Some
Well, earlier tonight we had the wave going around this very building, and Elvis has been riding a wave from Munich from last year. He was the first man to do a quad and combination. He went to Albertville, perhaps one of the most talked about performances there because of the fact so many people thought he should have placed higher. He comes to Oakland and climbs up onto the podium in bronze position. He is really on a roll.
And he can only get better. Elvis Stojko. Speaking of rising stars, Lu Chen, the world bronze medalist in the ladies competition, next from Oakland.
Oksana, Grishuk, and Evgeni Platov.
Back in Oakland, talked about Elvis Stojko winning his first world medal. Same can be said for Oksana Grishuk and Evgeni Platov, the bronze medalist in the dance competition.
Marina Klimova and Ponomarenko, the next couple of years will be a little bit interesting because it will be a challenge for the gold between Usova and Zulin, and this team, Grishuk and Platov, and both teams came from the Russian coach of Natalia Dubova.
World bronze medalists Oksana Grishuk and Evgeni Platov.
Wonderful to be here.
Well, in the last 2 years, this couple has skated in the shadows of the big two of Russian ice dancing. But next year, as Barb mentioned, they'll be part of the big two. And there's Natalia Dubova, who saw Klimova Ponomarenko defect from her camp last year. But once again next season, she'll have the top two couples in Russian ice dancing. I mentioned prior to the original program of Lu Chen's that this was a medalist in waiting, but I didn't think the wait would be so short. The bronze medalist at the age of 15 in the women's competition.
our viewers should be aware of the fact that this gala did take place immediately after, but a couple of hours after the ladies' final free skate. Lu Chen skated very well in that. She's just come out here and skated what is in essence another clean, short program. This is a sign of a true athlete.
It'll be interesting to find out what the reaction is in China to her bronze medal performance, an historic moment, the first Chinese world medal. Lu Chen. And we'll be back with more from Oakland in a moment. Alameda County Coliseum and our continuing coverage of the 92 World Parade of Champions. And here is the silver medalist, Nancy Kerrigan, who I thought was one of the highlights of the Olympic Gala, along with Paul Wiley. Unfortunately, Paul isn't here, but Nancy is one of the great skaters in this competition.
Disciplines in figure skating, the ladies is the only one without any definite retirement, and there's much talk about what Nancy will do, and then the rumors that are going around are that if Kristi decides to stay in, Nancy will retire. If Kristi retires, Nancy will stay in. Time will only tell.
Olympic bronze medalist and this year's world silver medalist, Nancy Kerrigan of the United States. Well, despite what you're seeing here, there was no hat trick for the American women in the world competition this year. Unlike Munich, Nancy moved up to the silver medal. But Tanya Harding, the other American skater, fell to 6th, and there'll be many questions about her future this summer. Well, it's been quite a week for this pair from Czechoslovakia, Radka Kovaříková and René Novotný. They've been the hard luck kids in the pairs competition over the years, always just finishing out of the medals. 4th twice at the European Championships, just off the podium at the Olympic Games. But they cracked through here at this World Championships. Kovaříková and Novotný, the Czechoslovakian champions, and the new world silver medalists.
Well, I spoke to them earlier before the gala today, and just speaking to them, you could tell that they're still a foot off the ground. They're really, really excited about this. Very unexpected for them. To make the audience feel something when we skate. And I feel that with this team, they are very capable of doing that.
Well, I am sure that this team, as well as Brasseur and Eisler, are salivating with the thought of the retirement of Mishkutenok and Dmitriev, because they must both be thinking next year could be my year. But I hope that for both of them, someone doesn't come out of nowhere, which the Soviet Union has been known to do in the past, such as Ekaterina Gordieva and Sergei Grenkov.
Remember, next year, the World Championships will be in Prague. Kovaříková and Novotný, and we'll have more from Oakland in a moment. World silver medalist after a reign of 3 consecutive World Championships, and he wants to introduce Christopher Bowman, who was injured in the free skate, but Kurt wanted to make sure he wasn't forgotten. And we go from Bowman the showman to Kurt Browning, who's a pretty fair showman in his own right. Well, it obviously hasn't been the best year of Kurt Browning's career. We first saw him this season at Trophy Lalique, where the back problems became a problem, and suffered through his trials in Albertville. Watched him lose with dignity at the Olympic Games, as well as at these World Championships. But here, he skated the best he has all season long. Perhaps the toughest part of his year, though, is still to come. Fans giving him a big cheer, but he has to decide now whether or not he will compete next year and through 1994. Well, I don't think the fans are going to let him go here without an unscheduled encore. And here he comes. exit.
Out of here. I meant to do that.
Sure, Kurt. Well, at least we know the back's feeling better. We'll have more of the 92 Champions Gala in a moment.
Well, I, for one, am delighted with the fact that this team is going to remain amateur to continue to compete at these World Championships, because I think it would be a shame if they were to retire and never have won a World Ice Dancing Championship.
Well, this team for me is pure magic. They just have that special ability to cast a spell on the audience. You could have heard a pin drop out there.
Had it not been for that unfortunate and unexpected fall the other night, we might have seen the world title here. There was that sense about their skate.
And there was that feeling that perhaps it could happen, but as soon as they fell, it was gone.
The gold medalists are next when we return to Oakland. Welcome back to Oakland and the 92 World Figure Skating Gala. It's now time to enjoy the gold medalists from the World Championships as well as the Olympic Championships. And we begin with the pairs champs, Natalia Mishkutenok and Artur Dmitriev. Well, their coach, Tamara Mosvina, perhaps described them the best. She said their skating is a living art. And anyone who saw Dreams of Love wouldn't disagree.
Well, obviously by their choice of music, a very well-known American song, they know where they will be touring in the next few years.
Well, as a matter of fact, for the next 8 weeks, all or most of these skaters will be on tour here in North America on about a 40-city tour, so they have a very long skating schedule ahead of them.
Well, an encore performance for Mishkutenok and Dmitriev.
Bechke and Petrov, as well as take advantage of any other business opportunities to come her way.
Which I think means if we want to see Dreams of Love again, we're going to have to pay for it, right?
Well, I certainly hope she does continue to do some teaching, because as a Paris coach, she has shown that she is a very special person in that capacity.
Well, she's certainly had a lot of success.
Couldn't leave without that signature move. Two-time world champions and Olympic gold medalists, Natalia Mishkutenok and Artur Dmitriev. Kristi Yamaguchi, the toast of the Bay Area, is next when the Parade of Champions continues. Welcome back to the Oakland Coliseum, site of the '92 World Championships. And if only one skater competed here this week, I think the fans of the Bay Area would have been quite satisfied. Kristi Yamaguchi.
table, il fait si froid dehors. Ici c'est confortable, laissez-vous faire, milord. Et prenez bien vos aises, vos peines sur mon cœur. Et vos pieds sur une chaise, je vous connais, milord. Vous ne m'avez jamais vu, je ne suis qu'une fille du bord, une ombre de la rue. Pourtant je vous ai frôlé quand vous passiez hier. Vous n'étiez pas peu fière dame, le ciel vous comblait. Votre foulard de soie flottant sur vos épaules vous aviez de beau rôle. On aurait dit le roi. Vous marchiez en vainqueur au bras d'une demoiselle. Mon Dieu, qu'elle était belle. J'en ai froid dans le cœur. Eh bien, voyons, milord. Souriez-moi, milord. Mieux que ça, un petit effort. Voilà, c'est ça. Allez, riez, milord. Allez, chantez, milord.
Well, she certainly is a lady in a very wonderful position at this point in time, capping off a year which, as I mentioned earlier, a dream come true.
Well, that number was designed for the French fans in the Olympic Gala in Albertville. And time for a quick change, and you might be able to guess that this next number is designed for the folks at home. Getting help from her teammate, Nancy Kerrigan. Kristi Yamaguchi has certainly become the all-American girl, the toast of the Bay Area, and they're used to great skating here. Peggy Fleming, world champion for the Bay Area 3 times, as well as Brian Boitano. What a great succession of American skaters, from Peggy Fleming to Dorothy Hamill, who was inspired by Fleming, and of course, Kristi Yamaguchi, inspired by Dorothy Hamill, the last Olympic gold medalist from the U.S. to also win the World Championship.
some very exciting times ahead, but also a very difficult decision to make.
Back with the World Dance Champions after this. And here are the 1992 World Dance Champions, the Olympic gold medalists, and they wrote the final chapter in a brilliant career here in Oakland.
Commenting when they performed their free dance that watching them live is like watching magic. And for Sergei and Marina, as they turn professional, the skating fan is going to have that many more opportunities to see that magic live, because as a pro, the majority of your work is skating in front of a live house, and not only here in North America, but I'm sure around the world.
Put this team back together after last year's disappointment and come up with such a successful season. And these fans won't let them go until we see the conclusion of man and woman in harmony.
Of their free dance
Of what lies ahead for this couple. It's evident that they still have many, many breathtaking performances left to deliver.
Everyone on their feet now. That was a sequel I don't think any of us really expected here. Well, since 1984, they have been such a force in ice dance. But I don't think until the last month or so they've really gotten their recognition from the public. Marina Klimova Sergei Ponomarenko. And we'll be back with the new Olympic and world men's champion, Viktor Petrenko, in a moment.
You've got two good boys.
To the Oakland-Alameda County Coliseum. And the final act of the Parade of Champions. For so many years, a bridesmaid in the men's category, but this year, 92, the best man at the Olympic Games and at the World Championships.
takes years to develop that on-ice personality of a great professional skater. But that's something that I think that Viktor already has. He doesn't even have to work on it.
And I find it interesting that as Kurt attempts to, and is very successful at, pleasing the entire audience, Viktor tends to gear his performances towards pleasing one half of it, the women.
That's for sure.
That's not only his coach, but his future mother-in-law. He'll be getting married this summer. I think it's fitting that he is skating his last amateur performance in California, because when watching him, you always get the impression there's a little bit of Californian in this guy. See him ask Barb to get out there and dance.
I'd go.
Do you think you'll get a taker?
Somehow I don't think that's the real plan here.
Well, like Kurt Browning and all the great champions, the appeal really is universal.
Professional abilities in only 2 weeks when he will compete in a professional competition in Cincinnati.
Well, the competition won't get any easier at the professional level. In Cincinnati, he'll be up against Brian Orchard, Scott Hamilton, Brian Boitano, and Robin Cousins as he embarks on a pro career. But for tonight, a great way to end the program. Right now, let's join Brian Williams. All right,
by Chris, a great way to end it indeed. And as they prepare to get on with the official closing ceremonies here, Viktor Petrenko officially brings down the curtain on the gala performances here at the 1992 World Figure Skating Championships in Oakland, California. All week long, big crowds. Of course, next year the World Championships move back to Europe, to Prague, Czechoslovakia, and once again, CBC Sports will bring them to you. And now on behalf of our crew here in California, the production and technical people, and our announcers, Chris Cuthbert, Barbara Underhill, and Paul Martini, I'm Brian Williams saying good night from the 1992 World Figure Skating Championships in California.
The 1992 World